Day on that day. Midnight Groovers. We're coming up with Talk in the Block in the next few minutes. This is the big station, Q95. I can already feel the vibes, devil. And always on the streets, I get good food to eat, huh? More good food this year?
Very good food. Okay, as we wrap up, Matt, I just want to thank our sponsors for partnering with us this year. To host Creole in the Street, we just want to say thank you to Jolly's Pharmacy, Caribbean, National Bank of Dominica Limited, Kyrie FM and Gator Songs, DBS Radio, Q95 Radio, Deepex Scholar Lab, Mapping 2K4 Limited, and Digicel.
All right. I want to say thank you. I'm sure we'll be seeing you again before this major activity on the streets.
Yes, Matt, as we try to big up and highlight the Creole in the Street, we're going to have a more media impact in terms of our advertisements and our promotions. So we'll be back on Q95 maybe by tomorrow to continue to sensitize and inform the public of Creole in the Street. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
By the NDFD, locals and visitors are invited to the Trade Expo right outside NDFD's office on Great Marlborough Street, Thursday, October 20, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come see the high quality local products, all from the NDFD small and micro business clients. Crayon in the Street, brought to you by the NDFD, building Dominica and leading the way for small business development.
Sponsored by Jolly's Pharmacy, Caribbean, Kyrie FM, Digicel, Deepex Color Lab, DBS Radio, Q95, and Marpin 2K4.
It's the third annual Creole in the Street, presented by the NDFD. Locals and visitors are invited to the Trade Expo right outside NDFD's office on Great Marlborough Street, Thursday, October 20, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come see the high quality local products, all from the NDFD small and micro business clients. Crayon in the Street, brought to you by the NDFD, building Dominica and leading the way for small business development.
Sponsored by Jolly's Pharmacy, Caribbean, Kyrie FM, Digicel, Deepex Color Lab, DBS Radio, Q95, and Marpin 2K4.
The National Cooperative Credit Union and Digicel present the Cadas Lipso Independence Street Mass this Saturday at the NCC Roseau branch on the corner of Cork and Independence Street from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come see the Cadas Lipso competitors in action live in Roseau. Sing your favorite Cadas song for a chance
Cassia FlowSack. When I shop, I swipe my NBD card. It's faster, safer, and definitely more convenient. No need to carry excess cash or make frequent trips to the bank or ATM. And I can easily track my spending. So how about trying it next time you shop? Just swipe.
You can use your NBD debit card at any of our 500 merchants island-wide. Swipe your NBD debit card this month and get a chance to win a World Creole Music Festival ticket. Visit www.nbdominica.com for details.
Crystal Waters Blue Skies, a dramatic radio production capturing the under turmoil of an otherwise peaceful tropical paradise. Mondays and Wednesdays just before the hot seat. Listen to Crystal Waters Blue Skies. Water, blaze, fire.
When you are just too tired of the heat, check out Progressive Cooling. Get your air conditioning units any size, whether it's commercial, industrial, or residential. They've got it. Your home appliances are not working properly? Progressive Cooling also specializes in fixing refrigerators, ovens, fans, microwaves, and televisions. Progressive Cooling will fix it back to that good as new condition from Capuchin to Scott's Head. Progressive Cooling, located at Monbruce, will find you. Call 448-6980 or 613-3176. Progressive Cooling, so cool.
Let go!
Honey, haven't you heard the NTRC is giving away tickets for the Creole Festival?
For true? What you have to do?
You just have to go on the Facebook page, NTRC Dominica, and just like the page, enter your contact information and submit. Then share the World Creole Music Festival flyer link onto your timeline and you receive one entry into the draw. Imagine for each person that enters from your link, you'll get 3 extra entries.
You serious? Easy like that?
Yes, honey.
Well, let's go online and like and share the NTRC Facebook page for a chance to win.
Let's go. The deadline is October 24th. Terms and conditions apply.
Have you ever been to Kaike Boutique, located on the bayfront next to Cartwheel Cafe? Now is a perfect opportunity to visit. Just received a stunning white collection in cotton and linen with lacy and feminine touches, flattering for Creole and all-white parties. Also, dresses, tunics, and pants in spirited, colorful prints. We have a wide variety of pieces to keep you looking trendy and chic. For the men, shirts, pants, shorts, and more. So, if you haven't visited us before, I think it's time you do. Kaike Boutique. Of course.
Talk on the block. What's the discussion? I suspect still at this time the discussion the very troubling words of Mr. Tony Astafans. Carlisle John Baptist, you've been monitoring Carlisle John Baptist. It seems that everybody's talking about what they heard from Tony Astafan.
Matt, let me say good afternoon.
Good afternoon
to your many listeners. Boy, where do I begin? I heard it myself, and no one had to tell me about it. And I'm listening, and I'm saying, is Tony for real? Is Tony serious? Tony says that the opposition knows about the firearms in the barrel, and he went on and on and on. That's almost sounding like a deranged individual.
Carlisle John Baptist, if you did not hear, I'll play it again. Listen well.
Multiple arms, multiple rounds of ammunition, stun guns at this time, in this context, and within all of the statements being made by Linton and others, when I keep hearing these threats of physical action and violence and bloodshed, and it turns out that in the context of these recent present statements that create danger to our lives and liberty and property, guns are found. Guns are found. I want the people of this country to think about that. I want the people of this country to think about that. They are threatening us. They're on radio threatening us. Linton and others are on radio by implication and innuendo threatening social violence. Let nobody smoke no crap or pipe and tell me that's not what they understand them to be saying. And in the midst of those threats implied inferentially or by innuendo, this taking action to remove Skerrit and the government are threats of war, threats of violence, threats of coup, threats of blood. And in that time, my brother, guns are found. Not one gun now, as they say, no budget, not one gun now, Gassa.
12.
Multiple guns. Multiple rounds of ammunition. It makes you wonder how many may have passed in.
That's a good question.
Are you listening, Carlisle, to, his every word?
And the police has not picked him up to question him.
That's a good question, Carlisle. Next question.
So you see how unfair things are in the country. Tony Astafan goes on the radio and speaks about those guns and labels it at the foot of the opposition. But how can a man in his right senses do such a thing?
And we should add, and we think that Shoni should be at least responsible as a senior counsel.
But exactly my point. Exactly my point. The police said, and the police said not last night at the press conference, that they got the tip-off from the U.S. and they have an individual of interest and they are doing their investigations. I asked the question, but I sent you the entire...
I played the clip, Carlisle. I played the clip.
Right. It is there. So, for Anthony Astafan to say that the opposition by innuendo and inference, speaking about bloodshed, the opposition knows about the guns. It's frightening, it's sickening, and it sends a chilling message to many of us as Dominicans, telling us that, yo, those guys will say anything at any time, no matter what. No wonder there's yet to be a closure to the fire of Gio and Emmanuel. No wonder, Matt, and no wonder we've seen that many cases are gone unsolved in the country.
But what bothers me the most, Carlisle, based on my information, reliable sources, that we have the guns coming in, and of course, after this breaking story last week, it appears that police may have gone on a few raids. I don't know if they're looking for guns, but as some people in and out of the city, they conducted some raids. They found nothing. But what bothers me, Carlisle, according to my information, it appears that these people that, where the raids were conducted were already informed that the police were coming, Carlisle. So it appears there are rats all over.
Well, Matt, I'm happy that you're making that statement because, again, you will hear talk about national security. But some individual did say to me that, yo, we knew the police was coming, but we didn't do hit to that. And there's an individual that had some cash on them, and they wanted, because they have a business, and they wanted to find out why all those foreign currencies. So you see, there are informants within the police force who are bringing those information out. And that is why I have said it. If you do not work with us, how do you expect us to work with you? It's a win-win situation.
I think at this time, and I'll say it again, Carlisle, I think we need a full-scale police inquiry. But will we get it?
We will
at
not
this time?
get it. We will not get it. Because, Matt, are you aware that that barrel did not have to go at the shed it went?
Oh.
And I'm saying that so the police can hear.
It went somewhere else. Okay.
And why, brother man, if they do that, the investigations work, they will get a lot of things. But you see the comments of Mr. Astafan, Matt? That is a diversionary tactics. That is a diversionary tactics. So people can forget the entire issue and now divert the attention to the comments of Mr. Astafan. He's good at that. Don't allow...
Some basic psychology, Carlisle. Basic psychology.
Correct. That is correct. Don't allow that to fool you all people. Be smart and stay glued, stay focused as to what is happening. Those guns found by the police, but it did not take 72 hours, Less than 72 hours, within 48 hours or thereabout, the police chief said they went there within 2 days. 2 days. That's what Mr. Astafan is speaking about. And the police went further to say that they had reasons to so do, and they will not. Mr. Carbon said, I will not go further. There are certain things I will not divulge. I asked him about the cost. He said he's not prepared to go down that road. I also asked him, doesn't he think that it would have been better to allow the person whose name the barrel was on to come for it? He said no, and we will not go further into that matter. The interview is there. I heard Angelo saying last night that the police chief did not have a press conference. Unfortunately, Angelo did not follow that. He missed that boat. But, so I don't know what Mr. Astafan is saying again.
Maybe Angelo was not too happy with some of the questions that were posed. I'm just assuming, and maybe he'll call in to clarify, because that interview that was conducted there with the police chief was played on national radio. It was played definitely on my show, The Hot Seat, yesterday morning.
Well, Angelo said last night that he's not aware that there was any press conference, and the police ought to have, because another police officer was engaging him, former police officer was engaging him, and merely giving some comments. But from what Angelo said, he's not aware of any press conference, who gave the police the leads, and so on and so forth. You could clearly see and hear, because I went from Portsmouth last night from refereeing, and we were listening, and you could clearly see that he was in the dark, total dark. He was just not aware of what transpired, which was unfortunate. So he was misinformed, in other words. But getting back to the subject matter, Matt, there's more to it. It's clear the police got their information, and they acted based on the information that was available to them. I also asked the police chief that in light of the firearms that were found, isn't he concerned about the missing 3.45 pistols? He said yes. And he did not say they were stolen. He said they were missing. And I said, well, missing, stolen, they're gone. They are gone. And they are concerned. The police is also concerned, because the 3.45 pistols, Matt, they were, one officer handed over to another officer, and they were there. They were there. They were available. They were locked in a drawer until the keys for that drawer was handed to someone, and they just disappeared. First-hand information. They just disappeared. 3 of them. Where are they?
I'll ask again, Carlisle John-Baptist, what was the rush to get that barrel out of the port? And usually, I mean, you've picked up many barrels in your life, Carlisle. They'll wait until you get there to open the barrel.
Well, yes, but the police also stated that they had customs and they had people from the port. But they knew the barrel. They knew the barrel was coming. They were aware of the contents of the barrel. They were alerted. So yes, the question is, why was the rush? I don't know. The question was asked, and the police chief said they had good reason or good reasons to so do.
But they did not give the reasons why.
No, Mr. Carbon, in fairness to him, said that he will not give any further information on that matter. He did say that. So,
Carlisle, I'm really troubled about what is really going on and the information that is forthcoming as it relates to that specific barrel coming into the port. Maybe the police have some information. Give it to them that they don't want to share this time.
Well, like I said, someone called me almost chastising me, saying I'm supporting the police, or whatever it is, that I'm aware that the police had the information, they acted too fast. I don't know that. I cannot say what intelligence that the police have in their possession. We were called to a press conference. We were able to ask questions relative to what was before us. I used the opportunity to ask about the missing firearms at police headquarters, but that was it. And the police gave us information that they felt was good for the public's consumption. And the police also expressed concern that in light of the festivities, the upcoming festivities, they will be having a next press conference because they are very concerned. They did say all of that. They are very concerned. They have reasons to be concerned. But, I mean, this stun gun, 9 million volts, once that hits you, you are dead, Plus, there were ammunitions there for guns that were not even on display. So it tells you certain things. Ammunition for guns that were not there at all, and they were brand new babies, brand new firearms, and the ammunition that it means to tell you that there are people out there with firearms and they needed ammunition.
And even firearms that the police may not be in possession of.
I also told the police that the firearms would further enhance the armory. But whilst you are that, Matt, it will enhance the armory, yes. But firearms have been stolen from them. It's missing. The police themselves stealing, thieving from the police. And mind you, Mr. Carbon did not say the guns were stolen. He said they were missing. But where are they? So we have to be concerned, brother man.
Very, very, very concerned. Carlisle, any information out of the court?
Well, there was a GBH going on, GBH, grievous bodily harm matter going on. It's into its second day, and that was basically it. Besides that, there's going to be a sexual matter, God willing, on Monday. The session is going on quite well, I must say. And, within the next few days, we will hear much more as to what is happening in the court, Matt.
All right, Carlisle John Baptist, thank you very much. 1:32 is the afternoon time. We're taking more phone calls. This is Talk on the Block. Hello. Here we go. Hello.
Hey, Matt, good afternoon.
My brother.
Matt, with that, with the guns missing at the police station, this is not the first time we're hearing about that, right?
No.
And I understood some time ago there were high-powered firearms missing at the police station, and even they might have been on sale on the streets.
I heard that as well.
Right. Now, we never get no update on that. Now, Carbon knows that. I don't think we ever hear anything about that. I think that maybe just die a slow death once it passed through the media and then nobody asking questions, follow-up questions, it dies there. With this one, why is we getting all these stories from Tony Astafan about the barrel, guns in the barrel? He's not speaking about the guns from the police station at all. So are they going to make this one die a slow death also? Because when you know you have internal affairs, you know what's going on inside there. You have cameras inside there. All these crimes going on, and you cannot investigate crimes internally. It's outside. You can investigate crimes. And so they go all up in Grand Bay, hustling people, pulling families out of their house and bringing them and questioning them about barrels. And you saying you know who.
But you heard what I said.
Yes.
Based on the information that I received.
Yes.
That these people were well aware that the police were coming.
Yeah, but at the same time, remember he said he know who they're looking for. So are you going around all these places looking for this person that you're looking for by all these other people's homes? Have a good day, Matt.
Who's guarding the guards? Who is guarding the guards? 1:34 is the afternoon time. We need a full-scale inquiry. I'll keep repeating that. Maybe my words will echo sometime. Hello.
Good afternoon, Matthias.
To you, good afternoon.
Matthias,
yes.
I hear you say that it is very troubling, and I've heard many callers, express that. So, Matt, I pray that you bear with me a little bit. I believe that the people have been able to experience the grace of the Creator. Matt, if in case you understand the things that are going on there, it is said that, that the situation in the country where the people are selling passports is contributing to the insecurity of the people on the earth. You know what I mean? Well, and when we think of it, can we ask the question, what is it coming home to roost now? And Matt, I go to France. Matt, I listen to the words of Mr. Astafan. You heard words like danger to their lives, liberty and property, and hearing of bloodshed. And if in case you look at these things and you decode it, because it can be decoded, you have to ask yourself, who is the us that is being spoken about? Matt, look at the attacks that are going on around the globe. It is said that by many, Bab Kamaudu Pudife, Wuzesau, Matt, is a festive season. Look at who is going to be attending, this festivity. Matt, you have people from Guadeloupe and people from Martinique. Matt, bear with me, because that has been troubling me for weeks. You understand me? And look at what has been, tried to be done to these people, even in France, to be brought almost to their knees. And look at the people that are going to be attending. We have medical school home. People that are going to be coming to the festival, maybe American citizens too as well. And look at what has been going on, the disarming of the people. What is it? Is it so we can say that they disarm them so they can attack them so they will die without resistance? Matt, I listened to Mr. Allen give the description of the guns and the other things that were found in that barrel, and I heard Takala just touched on it right now. Matt, I think you have to consider cedar, look at how terror, is growing. And it is said that even the homegrown terror in the U.S., listen, many of those, they had been caught on the FBI radar. And I listen and I hear it was said that the FBI tipped off, the police. So you have to be able to see the seriousness of those matters. And I asking myself and I asking the people, was it that the environment was tested when it was said recently that the Muslim women coming into the country were treated with disrespect when entering the island? Were they testing the environment? And Matt, did you hear? It was said that recently that the PM, Tony and another, was threatened, and it is said that the threat was done by Muslims. I said to people, I think they're not paying attention to what is going on, but this is more serious than what, that they're saying it to be. So, Matt, I just thank you for that little time, and I just pray that those whom it may concern may listen. Thank you.
Keep praying for your country. This morning we spoke also to Mr. Lennox Linton, the leader of the opposition United Workers' Party, on these very serious accusations.
But let me just ask you quickly, because it seems that the opposition United Workers' Party has another challenge on its hands. We heard the Prime Minister saying last night, it doesn't mean that Mr. What's his name, Joshua.
I suspect we will come back to that. I think I pulled up the wrong clip there. Good afternoon, hello.
Matt?
Yes, hello.
Do you know, or would you agree with me, that barrel was illegally and wrongfully delivered from the port?
Delivered from the port?
Yes. Because the fact about it is that if there are no you cannot remove a barrel or whatever it is a content from the customs without the appropriate documentation.
But if the police may have been aware as to what may be in the barrel, that removes, I suspect, I'm just speculating here, the legality of it, right?
It cannot happen. Because
if you know a bomb, for example, let's just say an explosive was in that barrel, let's just say, okay, you would call it illegal to remove it from the port?
But it was not a bomb. It was not a bomb.
The police, I suspect, may have been aware of the contents.
Well, that is what I'm saying. They said ammunition, guns. It was not a bomb.
So why do you think that police was in a rush? I was just using a bomb there as the analogy. But what do you think police was so in a rush to remove these guns and ammunition from the port?
Well, there it is again. We have to hear from the port and the customs authority.
Well, I will try to get a lawyer and to speak to that in terms of the legality of removing these guns and ammunition from the port. There's 139. Hello. Can't speak to this one.
Just quickly, my brother. Blessings to you.
That's my brother, yes.
I am saying, Matt, that thing about Muslims threatening Roosevelt Skerrit and his family and Tony Astafans, could it be they may have gotten the millions and not deliver on the diplomat?
Well, the minute you refer to the words, could it be, you're speculating and you're not sure, and I'm not sure myself, so I'm not going to help you speculate. I was talking earlier about this presentation this morning from Mr. Lennox Linton. Let's listen to this.
The United Workers' Party responds by saying that this is a police matter, and the police should be allowed to come to their conclusions and to do whatever is necessary to protect the public interest. In 2014, in December, there was a fire at one of the remote towers of the Melville Hall Airport. And because we, the United Workers' Party, had announced a rally for the Melville Hall area and then decided against it, the rumor made the rounds that we were responsible. The Prime Minister of Dominica said he knew who set the fire, and others knew as well. Crime Stoppers of Dominica offered a reward of $5,000. I'm not aware that the Prime Minister has received it, or anybody that who he knows knew who set the fire received it. And I'm not aware, I don't know if you are aware, that we have heard nothing further from the police. We're going on 2 years now. There was an investigation that the police commissioner ordered into the leaking of the statements from the minor alleging sexual assault against some prominent people in the society months ago. I understand, but I'm informed, and I verily believe that investigation has been concluded, and the report is in the hands of the authorities. The responsibility for leaking the child's statement has been placed squarely at the feet of a senior police officer. These are matters to be followed up on in the very same way as you following up today on what are the comments of the United Workers' Party. In some years ago, Tony Astafan instructed police to get a warrant and come to my house to look for documents that would help him to prove a case to jail me for leaking confidential information of the Prime Minister that he had filed with the Integrity Commission. The police came to my home. The police concluded their investigation. The police report indicated that Mr. Astafan was the one who was responsible for leaking his client Rosebell Skerrit information, confidential information, into the public domain by way of third parties, unauthorized third parties. And once that had happened, and Mr. Skerrit turned around to cover Tony Astafan's back by saying he gave Tony permission to release the information, but both himself and Tony were seeking through legal process to jail me for what they knew Tony had done with the authorization of the Prime Minister. This matter is still hanging in the air. So let me address the media interest now in the most recent comments of Mr. Astafan. And only to say that this matter has been referred to the attorneys of the United Workers' Party, and we will be advised what course of action can be taken and should be taken in that regard. I have nothing further to say on the matter.
C'était pour lundi, c'était pour sauter festival là, oui, messieurs, mesdames. This Friday, DFC, DDA, Kobuli, Digicel and Adamson present Let Loose Friday at the Festival Jam session from 4 to 10 p.m. at the Roseau Bayfront this Friday. Lundi! 48 karat gold swinging stars, Kaila, messieurs, mesdames. Carnaval Bacchanal Festival. Lucas Bankaila, DJ Snow, DJ Hallowboy. $275 season ticket special. Kobuli and Digicel promotions. Mamma mia! Saki Pani Bompie Ponduva. Saki Pani Vian Vidi Sukwezo. Timal Festival La Sakai Show.
All right, we're going back to the telephone. Hello.
When big boys are involved, small boys have to work.
How do you know that big boys are involved, my brother? Let's take another phone call.
Yes, Matt. Good afternoon.
Hi, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just calling to help you out a bit. However, you can still seek the advice from the legal fraternity. The caller who said that it was illegal to remove the thing from the pot, it could not have been illegal, Matt. Like, take for example, Matt, I can only come and search your home if I get a warrant, if I have a warrant. And I can only take things that are specified in the warrant. But however, Matt, if I meet guns or explosive, as the fella say, a bomb in your home, even though it is not in the warrant, as the law said, anything that could cause harm or loss to the members of the public, I have a right to seize it, even though it is not mentioned in the warrant.
Okay.
So I hope that helps the guy. And as I say, you can check a lawyer to find out if that is so. So I don't think the removal of the barrel from the
was illegal based on the contents.
Yeah, based on the content.
All right. Thank you very much for that clarification. 145.
Hey, Matt, good day, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Matt. If Astafan knows so much about them arms, Matt, I believe Astafan might be part of it, so much.
Well, I don't know. He never said. You got to be very careful on how you phrase your sentences, okay? That's all I'll say. Hello, talk to me.
Matt, good afternoon.
My brother, how you doing?
I'm fine. Matt, that whole issue of that gun was staged for the sole purpose of giving Tony Astafan an opportunity for his political attack. He wants to change the conversation in Dominica because people have been focusing on the stealing of elections. And they want to divert attention to something which they made up. Because that whole thing was staged. I can't believe law enforcement will claim guns, because they simply claim the barrel, they claim the guns, without knowing who is the owner. I mean, that is a mystery. You know, since they take the barrel, they claim the guns.
It remains a mystery. Somebody else is adding, man. One has to wonder why the police chief will deliberately mess up this case by opening the barrel in the absence of the consignee, how can you go to court and prove that those guns were in fact in the barrel? Very good point. The defense just have to argue that the guns were planted by the police, which, mark you, is not far-fetched. Hello, talk to me. Hello? Nobody there. Let's take another phone call.
Yeah, Matt.
Yes, sir.
I would want to believe that for certain, Matt, because, I mean, I don't know why, because there are so many different ways of catching whoever. If they say the name on the barrel cannot be properly seen, the name on the paper, at the agent area.
The consignee, yes,
Yeah, must be properly stated, okay, so that they will know who it is. So that, as Mr. Carbon just said, I believe it was staged to maybe try and change the topic in Dominica. But why? I mean, why? We all know things are bad in Dominica, you understand me? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too. Let's take another phone call. Hello. Are you there, caller? Hello. Nobody there. Let's take another phone call. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon, a brother from another mother. How are you doing this afternoon?
My brother, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Okay, I hear listening to you, and the guy just a minute ago called and said that it was okay to move the barrel from the port. How are you going to catch the owner for the barrel that are going to come to receive it? What, you're going to go to police station to pick up the barrel? That can't work. You're supposed to leave it and wait. The person that was supposed to come to pick it up needed to come to the courtyard and pick it up. You know, and that's sloppy custom work and police work.
Well, the caller was making the point, and that's why I'm trying to talk to a lawyer. If you know that of the contents of the content of the barrel, then that makes it illegal, and they can remove it. But in terms of solving this case, you may have or want to leave that barrel there to get somebody to pick it up. We're talking about the consignee, the person picking it up. But in terms of the legality of it, I need to talk to a lawyer about this. Hello.
I'm being hypothetical here, Matt.
Yeah.
Let me not insinuate. You there with me?
I'm listening, sir.
Matt, if the person in Dominica was arrested, wouldn't that give the FBI a free hand to arrest? I don't know about consign and cosign and all of that. Arrest the person who sent the barrel to Dominica, but if there is no evidence in Dominica, can they arrest the person that sent the barrel, Matt?
There has to be some level of... yes, there has to be some...
There will have to be some connection, something that mesh in.
Yeah.
But if they send information to you based on suspicion, they may not be...
Because the FBI may be or the law enforcement agencies in the United States may be very interested in that person.
That's what I'm saying. But then if they send the information to Dominica and they refuse to act in the manner in which they're supposed to, you know, so then you foil the whole situation, and maybe it's deliberate. When I heard about they were everywhere searching for guns. Matt, that may be so deep, and one caller said it, Carlisle, I think, said it, and somebody told me this morning. Could it be that the things go so wrong, and they're going to use it to have us propagating the whole thing? Because Kyrie did not carry it. DBS did not carry it, Matt. Saturday that happened today, Wednesday, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
And up to now, I haven't heard nothing about a threat on nobody, and you heard about the guns. But
I really haven't heard the story, carried in any other media agency. I don't know. I may have missed it.
I'm listening, Matt, and I did not miss it. They never mentioned about the threat in particular. They mentioned the guns, but they never mentioned the threat. Matt, that is a setup from the pit of hell, and they're trying the Reichstag attack on the opposition. And we have to watch it, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, we have to be very, very careful what's going on around us. 150. Be a little vigilant, huh? Hello, talk to me.
Yes, my boy Lollipop.
Yes.
All right, my boy Lollipop. Let me tell you something now. You see that barrel thing that really going on there? Matt, if you have information as a police officer and you're working and you get a little tip that something is in a barrel in custom, Matt, you have to wait for me to come and pick it up. It is a bomb of...
I suspect your telephone, maybe you have to go top it up, my brother. I've lost your connection. 151.
Matt?
Yes.
That's been looking like a setup. And President Assad from Syria couldn't wait to declare the setup. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
President, I don't know what you mean by that one. Hello, talk to me. You caught me off guard there. Hello.
But, Matt, I don't think that they should wait for any consignee to come and get the barrel, you know. Because, Matt, if you leave a thing like that in the customs, because let's say it came on your name, and then Matt would pay me $2,000 or $400 to go and pick it up for him, and then I would maybe say, all right, I want to pay somebody else to go and you know, there could be somebody in the customs who maybe would agree to pick it up for whatever amount of money.
Well, that's why if you had left it there, you would have been able to observe the operations. You know, what custom officer or port officer is paying particular interest to that barrel. There are a lot of ways you could, basic investigation techniques, my brother. You know, the big question was, why was it not left there? Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah. Matt, you know what I find strange? I haven't heard anybody said whether the authority from America have been involved in the connection with that.
Well, what the authority in America is saying or have said to the police, that they are aware of what is in the barrel, right? So I suspect they were waiting on the consignee working with the police to pick up the barrel. Hello.
Matt, Mr. Astafan know exactly who the guns belong to.
Well, he never said that. He was just making wild accusations. If you do, he should report that to the police. 153.
Yes, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, I think a critical point the listeners are missing is this issue of national security. When things can be placed in that kind of realm by the police, their powers go even beyond the courts. You know, not even, you know, I mean, it doesn't really happen in practice that they be on the courts, but they're virtually beyond the courts. So, you know, the execution of their mannerisms or whatever, it virtually doesn't have to follow any protocol anymore, as long as you can define it in national security. So all these loyalty things and these things are essentially mute in this instance, because that is the issue under which these things are pursued. I think what we have to pay attention to is the broader circumstances for us as a people, that when these things are inflamed and you have a national police force becoming a police state and issuing these things on the matters of national security is the kind of, you know, unbridled power that goes into the policeman's hands. So that is the argument I hope we can take and really talk, because this idea of policing and community policing was never about law and order, Matt. It is about something that has been fine-tuned in Latin America, fine-tuned. The idea of turning people who are supportive of the government into policemen without necessarily being police, in that they're going to be armed, but they don't have to be policemen. So if you listen to the language that Colin Astafan and I'm calling McIntyre and that brother from Mahoma Saglido, when they did that thing, you can see it wasn't some kind of regular policing thing, you know. If you listen to their speech, and I wish you could play it again, you will see it was something like out of a Cuban gathering of military professionals. You know, the language wasn't even, you know, civil law. The language was very militaristic. And so that is what I want us to pay attention to. This community policing thing is taking of guns away from legitimate people who are not members of the government and supporters of, and this militarizing of citizens. That is what is being set in place in Dominica. So all of this thing, we have to pay attention to the bigger picture.
Thank you very much. You've seen a very bigger picture there. 155, hello.
Matt, did I hear Carlisle said the barrel end up in the wrong shed?
He said that it should, yeah, you're right. It should not have been in that shed, according to his information.
And if Tony's listening, it's not every Dominican name and surname that is McIntyre. You hate us too much, boss. Thank you.
Hello, talk to me. 155 is the afternoon time. Hello.
Yes, Matt. Good afternoon, Matt, and good afternoon to your listeners, Matt. Matt, with regards to that statement that Tony Astafan guy made, Matt. Did you remember when Gun Emmanuel House was firebombed? Tony Astafan went early in defense, Matt. Matt, figure it out for yourself. Tony Astafan is fully aware of where this gun comes from, Matt.
Well, Tony Astafan did not say that. And again, if Tony Astafan knows where these guns were going to, maybe he should call the police. So you insinuating here is not going to help. It's 1:56. We're taking a break, and we come back to wrap up. I have my lawyers, and my lawyers is not Tony Astafan for sure. So don't get yourself and myself in trouble, okay?
C'était pour lundi, c'était pour sauter festival à Wive, messieurs, mesdames. This Friday, DFC, DDA, Kobuli, Digicel and Addison present Let Loose Friday at the Festival Jam session from 4 to 10 p.m. at the Rosa Bayfront this Friday. Lundi! 48 karat gold swinging stars, Kaila, messieurs, mesdames. Carnaval Bacchanal Festival. Lucas Bankaila, DJ Snow, DJ Halloween. $275 season ticket special. Kobuli and Digicel Promotions. Mamma Mia. Saki Pani Bompie Ponduva. Saki Pani vient venir Sukwezo. Timal Festival La Sakai Show.
Many of us know what it is for Viva Rotica if a wooden window plate to if your teacher chat or a piece of rope tied to a nail or your clucky bend bag pour faire pour net là. Oh, avec take I want to add the wheel from the pit toilet. But this is the modern times. Latter éclairé. Times have changed. Avec Jordi Jounoni, Dragon Windows en Fonfolé. Next to the Hucksters Association. Jordi Jou c'est sash windows, sliding windows, casement windows. Avec Dragon ni tout ça. Dragon ni French doors, sliding doors, all PVC, all made in Dominica, custom made Nepal style, Nepal garde ouvlé. If you not have a laptop for Dragon Windows, loud and talk, you open your window or door with style. Hello, can I help you? Sakafe kon kai Guanjan. Côté Dragon Windows next to the Hucksters Association of Fokole, who set up office cubicles, bathroom enclosures, rolling shutters, top class security for garage and business place and homes for hurricane season. Dragon Windows need railings, fencing and gates. LV Radi, I recommend everyone call 4480253. Dragon Windows for top security is in a top volley around. I would give every volley an illegal injection. It is a lethal injection.
Island Car Rentals. Come check us online, link up anytime. Book your rentals. Marigon, Portsmouth, Gateville. Anytime. Island Car Rentals. Come check us online, link up anytime. Book your rentals. Marigon, Portsmouth, Gateville. We provide 3 convenient locations: Canfield,